Yo, what's up guys? This is Rise and welcome to another video. Today we've got a cool team for you of Gliscor, Double Ice, Gliscor with Shadow, Walrein, and a Lowland Ninetales running Powder Snow. I got this team idea from the man himself, Mr. Homeslice Henry, who has an amazing channel. I'm sure the vast majority of you watching know who Homeslice Henry is. Amazing content creator in the community, so I want to make sure you guys go check him out if you don't know him already. And yeah, dude, when Homeslice Henry hangs out in my Twitch chat and suggests teams, I swear his teams always work wonders for me. So he is I think he's the underrated team builder of the community. Maybe he's not underrated. Maybe he's known by this point as one of the top team builders. And right now, Gliscor, dude, has become a really solid pick thanks to this wing attack buff. Dude, look at that. Are you kidding me? Okay, I need to remember to make that a YouTube short, dude. Our Gliscor boosts, our opponent probably didn't remember that it's 5-4 instead of 5-5 now. And they just top left. Amazing. What a way to start it off. Hey, another DD. Let's go. I don't see DD too often, dude. And look at this. Hard counter city so far. We are going to throw the Icicle Spear, of course. Gonna take a move. Unfortunately, Noctowl is so bulky. I think it is going... Oh, he Shadow Balls. Interesting. 4, 5, 6, 7... That was 6. So I do have to throw a Spear here. Otherwise, I would have to commit a Shield. He lets it go. He comes in with Scrafty. And I'm like, okay. I don't want Scrafty to just keep ramping up against my Ninetales. So I'm actually going to come in with Gliscor here. I'm going to tank a foul play. And DD comes in. Going to go for a Night Slash just to chip away. And after a couple of these, I figure I might as well throw it while I have it here. After these, I should probably just sweep with A9. Oh, I'm actually going to stay in, which I kind of like this play, to be honest, because I forced the DD to, like, debuff itself. Going to throw another Night Slash here. What's the opponent going to decide to do? Let's see. They shield, and they're debuffed, so I actually swap in my Ninetales, and I'm going for a very aggressive Powder Snow down. Now I've got lots of energy for Scrafty. The Thunderbolt is debuffed. It doesn't do quite enough. And I figure at this point, I'm just going to go straight Weather Ball. I think sometimes I see players overthink this a little bit, where they like go for a Dazzling Gleam. But like 3 Weather Balls is super efficient. If I risk them shielding a Dazzling Gleam, I'm putting myself in a poor position. So I think straight Weather Ball was the right play there. And we end up Powder Snowing down for the win. There we go. 2 games in a row and 2 games where Gliscor goes to work. It was a bit of a core breaker for both teams, it seemed, even though we didn't see the back line for that first team. Gliscor into Obstagoon. You know we love Goon on this channel. Positive matchup for Gliscor. I think the Shadow Gliscor would probably be a little bit worse here because 2 Night Slashes would KO. Here we're able to tank 2 Night Slashes. I'm going straight for the EQ, and it gets shielded. I decide I might just play out the zeros here well, I guess it's not the zeros for him. But if I can get 2 shields, I'm be good with that. Going for another EQ. Is he going to be willing to double shield his Goon? He is. So he double shields and takes me out. I come in with A9. I respect a potential Hyper Beam. I was respecting a potential Gug Shot. Ends up being a Hyper Beam. I go for the Gleam here. I don't know if this is smart, actually, because 2 Weather Balls is more efficient than 1 Gleam. So perhaps I should have gone for 2 Weather Balls. I decided to call this that he's not running Sludge Bomb. And it is just a crunch. That's pretty good for me. I catch here. I don't know if this is the smartest play in the world, because this is going to do a lot of damage still. But But we get the farm down. We have energy stored on A9. And there is a Trevenant. And our opponent top lefts. And I figured it didn't matter if he like caught that move, because I needed to take out the Obstagoon anyway. And I still had a shield, so I would still outpace if he had caught that, since I was like 1 powder snow ahead. Here we are. Next battle starting. Hey, yo, I got some Eminem playing in my headphones. Anybody... When I was in college, Eminem's diss track with MGK came out. Kill Shot and MGK. It was a response to MGK's Rap Devil. I just gotta say, Kill Shot, dude. There's a YouTuber, crap, I'm blanking on his name. Crypt, I think. He did a lyric breakdown of Eminem's Kill Shot diss track. If you're a rap fan or an Eminem fan, I recommend you check it out. It's there's like so many triple meanings to like every line. It's so crazy, dude. A lot of things like I don't think most people, including myself, would catch the first time you listen through. Earthquake doesn't land, gets a shield. This is another matchup where I think Henry was telling me he likes having the Shadow here because the Earthquake one-shots. However, I would think double Rock Slide probably takes out the Shadow. Maybe not. So I actually liked having the normal one here. And look at that, we get a shield and switch. Nasty. And at this point, I'm willing to just stay in with Gly, let him take me out, because my Walrein will do pretty well here. And look at this, our opponent's getting greedy with the overfarm. Once again, may have not realized it's 5-4, 5-4. So Gliscor has taken out almost 2 Pokemon and a shield before going down here. I'm going to come in with Walrein. I lag a turn so I don't get the move through. And it's just a Hydro Cannon. I knew it was just a Hydro Cannon because he threw right away. He didn't do any mud shots after his previous Hydro Cannon. I shield this just to make sure I maintain some health. I go for a Spear Bait here. I was 1 short of the Earthquake. So I get kind of lucky there that my opponent was a little bit off on their counts. But now that I got the shield, I should be in a pretty dominant position to land this Dazzling Gleam. And the reason I was okay going for the Spear was I felt even if he called it, like a couple of Spears would probably put him into Weather Ball range. So I could just spam off a bunch of cheap charge moves rather than need to land a nuke. But we do land the Gleam after getting that shield, of course. And it's on to the next one. Right now, I'm like freaking out during a live stream because Home Slice Henry's a wizard. Every time he recommends us a team, it's it ends up putting in a lot of work. Bit of an awkward matchup here, right? Because we do get outpaced. These Surfs are going to be every 5 sparks. Versus it takes us a little bit longer to get to our Earthquake. We are able to successfully bait, which is really good for us. I'm going to tank the first Surf. And we're going to shield this up because we have quite a bit of energy. I feel like it'd be kind of a waste not to shield here. And he actually swaps in Noctowl, which does me a favor, right? Because I'm able to keep my energy with Gly. And this leaves me in an awkward spot. Like, do I shield Walrein? Do I just sack it? I'm not sure at this point. I take the Sky Attack. Am I going to shield this? I'm not sure. I do, because I guess I know I can Powder Snow down. And if Lanturn comes in, I can go for the EQ. I get off the EQ anyway. Will this land? It does not, but it does grab us the last shield, which is just as good because now we can safely land a Gleam here and we're conscious of the catch. So we react very quickly and we combo Wombo, set it to Wombo, as Patrick says. And our opponent top left, knowing that we had a Gleam stored in the back. And Scrafty can't really threaten A9 with its charge moves. That is a 5-0 set, ladies and gents, it looks like. with the Gliscor double ice line. And here we go on to the next set. Gly into Medi. I would say like positive for Gly, but also kind of awkward because Ice Punch is quite threatening to us. I decided to bait here with Night Slash. And I do get a shield. And I boost. I boost. Let's go. I tend to run a lot of Night Slash users. I think I boost more than the average Joe. They make a nice catch onto their own Gliscor, but I'm going to come in here with Walrein. I probably should have come in with A9 because this Night Slash would do less and I wouldn't be as threatened by the Medicham. So questionable decision by me there. But we come out with a Spear. The Medi's already been chipped, so like this is going to be quite threatening to it. Medi's forced to throw here. I'm not going to bother shielding because I know I live in Ice Punch. So he's actually forced to expend all that energy to take me out. I come in with A9 to Powder Snow down, and I think he was double weak. It might have been like Medi double flyer or something. That's my guess, Medi double flyer. Because when he saw that A9, he was like, I'm out of here. We out ya. As Lil Wayne said, is that Lil Wayne? We out ya. No secret. Because we out ya. Oh, that's Ace Hood. But is Lil Wayne in that as well? I don't know, man. I forget. I'm losing it. My sleep schedule's all over the place. We'll try and get it back. We'll try and figure this life out, you and me. We're getting off topic in this video, which is entertaining sometimes. I don't want to ruffle any feathers. I know some people make fun of those that listen to this podcast, even though it is the biggest podcast in the world. So I guess you're making fun of like 100 million people. But Joe Rogan on his podcast often says, like, when you're growing up, you have this perception of adults, that adults, like, they know everything. They've got everything all figured out. But as you get older and you like start to become an adult, you kind of realize that like they're just trying to figure things out as they go along, just like everybody. And no one really has it all figured out. Everyone just kind of doing their best as we go along in this crazy life. Anyway, I just think that's an important thing to think about. How about this? I bait the Lanturn. I call a Surf. I call another Surf. And I get to an Earthquake. This is nasty. Walrein, look how ferocious he is, dude. Oh my gosh, Walrein. You animal. Literally. You're a walrus. An actual animal. Feel the rain of Walrein. Oh, you know what? I don't know what to title this video as. Gliscor double ice? Using Home Slice Henry's Gliscor double ice team? Who knows? We'll figure it out. Get a shield, and I get baited, which is not ideal. I farm up a ton of energy here. I don't think Weather Ball quite KOs. So it's a little bit awkward. In comes Frost, but we still have one shield, if I'm not mistaken. I land the Gleam, and since he's shieldless, we're actually fine here. Future Rise is freaking out for no reason. Panicking for no reason. I think we got 2 more battles. Always fun when something that like theoretically gets hard countered by something can take it out in the end game because you're up a shield or up energy. Okay, Gliscor into Knock. I immediately swap because I have 2 better answers for Knock. I'm met by a Medi here, which is not great by any means. And it's going to leave me with a decision. Like, do I bother shielding Walrein here or do I let it go? Let's see. I let it go because I know he has the Psychic. And I'm hoping I only need to, like, shield my Gliscor once here. Shield once farmed down would be ideal. And I actually go against that. I actually decided to just throw my Night Slash, thinking that it should KO. And I get a shield. So that's actually fine. If I'm able to get a shield, I'm totally fine with that. shield the Ice Punch. Our opponent gives up switch advantage, which makes me infer that they probably have another answer to Gliscor in the back. Otherwise, they wouldn't give up switch like that. So now I'm thinking, maybe I ought to like preserve this A9. Land the Weather Ball. I go back to back here. This is a CMP tie. So our opponent has to decide whether he wants to shield or not. He does shield. This tells me, okay, maybe it's double fighter. Maybe he's weak to this A9. So I commit my second shield. I get the Powder Snow down. We have some energy, and it's actually a Lanturn. And our opponent makes a mistake. He makes a mistake, and he gives me the farm because he lost track of Gliscor's energy. He forgot that Gliscor threw the Night Slash probably, and he tried to catch an EQ, but I wasn't close to the EQ, so he actually makes an unfortunate error. So I made sure to message him how amazing that game was, since he made a... Just kidding. Okay, Gliscor into Cress. Kind of an awkward matchup because Cress is just so dang bulky that it can take 2 Night Slashes no problem, but we can't really take like 2 Moonblasts. I decide to no shield the first, and it's actually a Grass Knot, so I can live 2 Grass Knots. But he could always go for a Moonblast on the second one, which would probably KO. I decide to let this go through, and it is another Grass Knot. So that's good for me. I get off a Night Slash, so our opponent decides whether they want to get switch advantage or not. They do shield. I get the boost, and I don't quite get there. That's unfortunate. I come in with A9, and I'm like, you know what? I'll just tank this. It's another Grass Knot. Does Crest get to another Grass Knot? It does, unfortunately. And Rise seems content just letting it go through. In comes Medi, and I'm like, oh man, I really need to land this Dazzling Gleam. Dazzling Gleam gets shielded. This is so bad. This is so bad. And to make matters worse, the Medicham is running Power Up Punch. So this is looking really bad here. It's looking really bad. Our opponent can make a catch here pretty easily, knowing that I need to go for a move. And I actually overfarm. And everything going wrong here. A nasty catch on the Mandibuzz. And wow, just a complete domination by the opponent. What could I have done differently in this game? A few things. I could have baited the Medicham, which would have allowed me to land a Weather Ball from A9. And then I probably could have gone straight Weather Ball, or excuse me, Icicle Spear with Walrein and might have had a chance. Do you see how close this game ends up being? Despite the nasty catch by our opponent. But man, can you believe it? I actually went 1 over the Earthquake, and he still caught it on the Mandibuzz. Just brutal. But well played by the opponent. For those of you that get tired of Rise, like typically showing the videos of winning games, because I mean, typically I'm going to want to show like teams that work well for me or fun battles. There's a battle for you. I got absolutely wrecked just by getting completely outplayed. Opponent making the right call. So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure to leave a like and subscribe. Comment down below. All the comments are appreciated. Every single one. Delilah. That said, thank you for watching. I hope to see you in the next one. Peace.